My video for the 28th of May 2019 is video number 3099. The title is Pope Joins Soros in Promoting Invasion of U.S. Border. I saw this article that was viral in many newspapers, and I should have said, and on TV news, but I didn't say that. Anyway, quote, Pope joins Soros in funding immigrant caravan invasion of U.S. southern border, end quote. It is retaliation against Trump's border wall. It is an invasion similar to that which was created by the influx of Muslims to various European countries. They are not promoting lawful immigration. That's not disruptive enough. And disruption is the goal of these New World Order madmen. Will humanity wake up before they are able to achieve their objective? Folks, they want nothing less than a worldwide dictatorship where these evil individuals that practice abominable crimes against humanity, including children, are in full control. What will it take to wake us up? How long will we be lulled to sleep by those who have a long history of lying to us and covering up their crimes? I've got to fix a couple of mistakes in there. Hopefully I'll remember to do that before I post the video. Anyway, I am appreciative of the friends that send these things to me to alert me to some of the things that are going on in the world that I might otherwise miss. Now, I do discover some things for myself, but a lot of what comes my way comes to me from my friends. So I want to say a sincere thank you to those who send me things that you think you'd like me to comment on. To hopefully, my agenda, my purpose is to try to wake people up to what's been going on this planet for a long time. That is, that those that rise to positions of power are often those that have motives that are not motives that we would consider benevolent. They are malevolent motives. Now, from their perspective, it's a benevolent thing because it achieves their objective of being able to keep their crimes hidden and to keep their evil practices under wraps and in their control. And they want to control everybody else, including the media. They want to take away our freedom of speech, the right to defend ourselves, and many other rights that are natural human rights. But they're not part of the agenda, and they stand in the way of them achieving the agenda of world domination. We need to wake up and recognize that most, not all, but most of those that hold positions of power have been able to rise to those positions by doing terrible things. Now, some people, as I see it anyway, have seen this, and there have been some that have tried to stop it, people within the US government, and I honestly still believe that Putin is probably one of the best leaders on the planet right now. Trump, I still consider an enigma, but his trying to stop the immigration of the illegal immigration of people from Central America is certainly a challenge. Why don't we just put money into building up the Central American nations and also Mexico? Why don't we help these nations raise the level of wealth and ability of the people to build better lives for themselves where they live in their own culture? Invading other cultures where the cultural differences are often so vast that they create terrible results, like in Sweden, for example, where they've opened their doors to all sorts of Muslim immigrants, rape has gone, it's skyrocketed, it's gone way up. And this is a result of mixing cultures and putting people in a culture that they cannot assimilate to easily. That's why immigration, especially when there's such vast cultural differences, assimilation is a challenge. It's very, very difficult to achieve assimilation in a peaceful manner. And even in the United States, some of the immigration from Muslim countries is creating conclaves that are very, very different in culture than the culture around them and the American culture, if you will. If America has a culture, of course, there's some multifaceted culture. And yes, I do think that it's okay to allow differences. In fact, the differences should be celebrated, not put down. But by the same token, many of those that immigrate have the intention of disrupting and imposing their culture on people that have a different culture. And that is not a way that's competition. It's not cooperation. And we need to find a way to cooperate, which, as I keep on saying, is by listening and choosing love, choosing to actually care about what's happening and what is the real issue. Well, in many cases, the real issue is an economic one, because that has been artificially created by creating tremendous lack and a tremendous disparity between the rich and the poor that continues to grow and has grown exponentially in our lifetime, including mine, but even more so in the lifetime of my children and my grandchildren. It keeps getting worse, is what I'm saying. And until we face the issue objectively and lovingly, we're not going to find a solution that actually uplifts humanity and enables us to have peace with prosperity on a planet where there is no lack, there is no overpopulation, there is underutilization of the resources and even the land. When I said resources first, I was thinking of financial resources, but it's also being able to use the land properly. As I've said in other videos, there are technologies that can reverse the desert, creeping deserts, and reverse that and reclaim the deserts. It takes time and it takes effort, but it can be done, and it is being done in various places around the world, Australia being one of them, where they actually are able to reclaim land for growing vegetation and farming and agriculture and things that would help feed the world's people and nourish humanity. But they don't want humanity nourished when they have an agenda to control everybody. It serves their purpose to keep people in need and to increase the need and the desire for revenge against what they see as the West that is prosperous. And they want to change that prosperity, they being the cabal, want to change that so that there can be lack all over the planet except for their group that teaches one thing, and that is control. Control through division. Control through conflict. But how about no control and freedom for everybody? That's my objective. That's what I'd like to see for humanity. How about you? Where do you stand on these issues? I'd like to see your comments, and I appreciate you listening. Namaste.